Hey everybody, it's Mary MJ Harper, host of Sister to Sister Coffee and Conversations, where we talk about life, love, healing, growth, relationships, and everything in between. Let me introduce you to the voices behind the conversation. Delashawn Bordeaux, better known as D. Nicole. Frida Ballard, aka Free Free. Our fact finder and research queen, Mimi Lee. And guaranteed to always keep it real, Michelle Covert. Real conversation, real women, and real talk. Today's topic, dating while guarded. Why women are moving different. Because let's be honest, something has shifted. Women are moving with intention, we're asking questions, and we're protecting our peace at all costs. And it's not about being bitter, it's about being wiser. So today, we're diving into the why behind the walls, the growth behind the boundaries, and what it really looks like to date when you're healed, but you're still careful. So grab your coffee, lean in, and let's talk about it. Hey y'all, it's your favorite auntie, Mary MJ Harper, here with Sister to Sister Coffee and Conversations with my beautiful co-host today, Miss D. Nicole, Delashawn Bordeaux, and Miss Michelle Colbert. How you ladies doing today?
We doing good. How
Hey
you
girl,
doing?
hey, I am doing pretty good. I am blessed and highly favored.
Okay.
Honored to be in the presence of such beauty and such royalty on today. Today is a special day for me. Today is May 2nd.
Okay.
It is my mommy's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mommy.
So happy heavenly birthday to my beautiful mother, Mary MJ Harper. I wish she could be here to tune in and give me feedback on all of the episodes, but God saw to do things differently, but she's definitely here in spirit. So a definite shout out to my mother, my beautiful queen, my best friend forever and always, Mary L. Harper. So with that being said, how y'all week been?
Whew, well, it's been rough. I'm just tired. That's all. Last week was exciting, and I think coming down from that has been a complete relaxation, but it's been a little rough. I have 2 birthdays as well today. So to my auntie Monique, happy birthday, and to my baby girl, not my daughter, but my little sister, my lyric Lou, I want to wish her a happy birthday. She is turning, I think, 26, 14 years apart.
Happy birthday.
That's my baby.
Happy birthday. And Miss Michelle.
I had a long week. However, it was rewarding, but yet it was draining. So I just wanted to take this weekend to relax, recharge, and just kind of do for myself. I got up this morning, and I had plans to go hiking, but I had other plans had plans for me to rest.
Yeah.
Look, let me know when you go hiking again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
It's like
I'm
that
always down.
sometimes.
I'll come to you in Dallas.
I'm in Grand Prairie.
Yeah.
I'll drive though.
Yeah. Oh, Grand Prairie is a good place. Yeah.
Y'all
We'll
can
hook
go
up.
to the Prayer Mountain.
Yeah, I've gone to
Ooh.
Prayer Mountain, and that's a really good one.
Oh.
And it's always people walking the grounds praying. It's always packed.
It's so beautiful.
Wait, let me
and
not
it's
drink
so
this
serene.
cold water till after this point. Wait a minute.
It really is.
Okay.
It's beautiful. It's serene.
So Prayer Mountain.
Prayer Mountain
Okay.
and Grand Prairie. We have to get together and maybe we go live and see what these old knees do. I can't go without y'all now. I'm gonna have to go with somebody.
Well, they have like a prayer bench where people go and write their prayers and write their name
wow.
on. So there's areas that you can set, and they have a church that's up there. And there's different benches that you could set up. Like we could set our stuff up and you know, do it that way too. It's really
I like
nice.
that. I'd be interested in that.
Okay, that's something we're gonna have to look at doing. We might have to go and do a
live
video.
from
If
Prayer
not
Mountain.
a podcast, something we'll figure it out. We'll get out
Yeah.
there.
And then there's Cedar Ridge Preserve.
I've been out there. I'm scared of snakes, so
Yeah, you have to be careful going out there. But I like to go when there's a lot of people, and I just trail behind them because they going first.
See, that's what I need. Because when we had the 5K, we had a snake. When we were at Mike Lewis Park, we had a snake who would arrive every year. It was a copperhead. He would come out.
Oh, wow.
And everybody else would see it but me. This year we didn't have him. And I'm not going to lie, that was the one person I missed. Like,
The snake.
he consistent. Look, he is a consistent participant. And I am hurt that he did not show up.
You can have
Ladies,
that
look,
one.
we are getting ready to start this conversation. We have a pretty awesome subject. You know, Michelle, I know you and I got a chance to chit chat, and you were telling me some of the things you had on your mind, and then I was like, okay, tell Sean, no, she needs to be in on this conversation. So, look, tell us what we're talking about today.
We are talking about women in dating, and how we're moving different.
Yeah.
Dating has become a chore instead of an enjoyment. For a lot of women that I've talked to, and for myself, you know, how has, I want to ask you, how has dating worked out for you? What is your insight on women moving different? Why do you think we have to move different?
Our past hurt and trauma. Men are moving different, so we have no choice but to move different. We are used to the old days where our fathers and our grandpas took care of the household and the women were kind of just chill. However, what's happening is, I guess, as we transition from that, the morals are transitioning too. So somehow we went from not just having a family, but to having a family, a side chick, and this, that, and this. So we have no choice based on our past experiences but to move different, because we don't want to be hurt no more. Because we're not going to just settle for anything and just stick around until you have done us completely dirty that we have nothing left to give. So yeah, we're moving different, and a lot of us are moving with intention, and a lot of us, that intention looks different. Some of us are moving with intention to be with someone, and if you're not on that level, I'm gonna leave you quickly. Some of us has decided to intentionally be single and decide that we're not going to date at all because we ain't dealing with the bullshit.
Right.
Excuse me with the language.
No, keep it is what it is. Keep it 100.
I definitely want to give in on that from a slightly different perspective as well. Let's just be honest. Times have changed, and we're moving differently because, number one, we are not our grandparents. I am not my grandmother. I am not my great-great-grandmother. And, I'm just telling you, you had women that endured certain situations. You knew Mr. Charlie had a wife and some kids. You know what I'm saying? But, Mr. Charlie made sure your bills was paid, You was cool, you was quiet, you wasn't creating no problems. I want Miss Clarice to stay happy and keep Mr. Charlie, because, see, she got to deal with that part of Mr. Charlie I don't have to deal with, And so there were women, and there still are women who have found themselves in a situation where they okay, honey, you keep them. I ain't even trying to break up your house. I just need them to come by on the 1st and the 15th on payday.
Wait, who was that say?
I'm going to make sure you come home.
Monday through Thursday, I got him.
Yeah.
And then Friday through Sunday.
Yes, on the weekend, yes.
But
That's exactly what that is. Look, I don't know exactly what it is.
But it is so true. So you had that type of situation. And, from it came, other offspring, other children. And, now Miss Charlie got 10 kids, 14 baby mamas. You just got all kind of situations. You got situations like that. Then you have situations where you have women who, unfortunately deal with some self-esteem issues. And so it's like my girl, now I like all her songs, but Betty lost me. Betty.
Yeah,
right.
Betty, right.
She lost me when she said in the song, a piece of man is better than no man. The devil is a lie.
I rebuke that.
I rebuke that in Jesus' name.
I don't want a piece of nothing but a piece of candy.
Yeah, but that's how they are. So we have some women who are, a piece of man is better than no man at all. And then it's some people, it's some women out here that are mall chicks, and they like going to Build-A-Bay.
Not Build-A-Bay.
Not Build-A-Bay.
Build-A-Bay. You know, you like.
Okay, then, Build the Bay.
You like what Gerard do for you from this aspect. Gerard, he likes to take you out to dinner, and he open doors for you, and he text you good morning beautiful, and all of those things. But that's about all you can get.
Right.
And then you got somebody else that will pay your bills or do this, that, or the other. Somebody else that's affection. Sometimes we like a little rough stuff too. Let's be honest. You like all these different qualities, and you can't get them in one person. So people find themselves at Build the Bay. I'm just gonna make me a man out of all 14 of y'all.
Right.
And see, and that's why I say the morals have left.
The morals have changed.
I get, yes, back in the day, our grandparents were doing a lot. But I think from that, we should have built to be better.
Right.
And not worse.
Right.
Yes, women got the equality to work. So why didn't our homes become bigger and better? Now that we have two people in the household, that's what it should have been. We have two people in the household. We're able to survive. Instead, what happened is now we have people saying, well, my granddaddy and them had it. It ain't meant for us to be in no one relationship. We supposed to be in polygamy. And let's be real, half the people who holler in polygamy only just really want to cheat out in the open and don't want to be held accountable. And
that's
so
pretty
it's
much
like
it.
the morals are gone. I don't want to be with someone that I have to question, like, what your true beliefs are. What do you believe is right and wrong? Are you going to continue to do wrong? Do you believe in change? Because let's be real. The other thing I will say, we don't allow people to change. I don't allow people to change. Let me say that better.
Tell the truth.
Listen.
Just for real.
Because I'm not going to lie, I'm in a relationship, and we have dealt with some things, and he's always hollering about change. And yes, I see the change, but half of the time, baby, I see you changing, but half of me looking at you like, just because you changing don't mean I want to see the change. I got one eye on your change and one eye on you got me fucked up, and next time I'm going to get in your ass if you try me again. That's exactly where it stays.
That's it.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you think as we are healing from our past hurt that it's hard for us to accept a man, as you say, is changing? Are we healing and we see it and we would rather just step back, or are we healing to help heal?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because I'll give you an example. I went on a date with someone, and I was very transparent. He wasn't all of what I used to be accustomed to. So I was getting away from all that. Like, he ain't got to have the good hair and the light skin and be so tall and he drive this and he smell like this. Now, the smelling part is non-negotiable. But he don't have to have all of the requirements that I once used to have. Didn't work. So I'm going to open myself up to be a little bit more vulnerable. Mm-hmm. So we proceed to go on a date, and he didn't order his own food. He ordered for me. I told him what I was going to get. He asked me, what are you going to get? And I said what I was going to get. So he ordered it. Well, he eats off of my plate.
Oh.
Number one. Number two, he went to the restroom, and when he came back, he had peed down kind of the front of his pants. And we were like dressed in jogging suits. We weren't like at a fancy restaurant. And he had urinated a little bit in the front, but it was enough for me to see it as he's walking
get worse
back.
And worse.
He walking to the table, and I'm like, I think I'm about to go home.
I was gonna say I'm too immature for that.
I'm immature for that. And I'm like, okay, if you didn't have the money to go out on a date, why did you ask me out? Because I'm not going to pay.
Understandable.
I'm not going to pay. And if you didn't
understandable.
have the money, why ask me out? So
what's worse is why you can't control your stuff to pee in the toilet. Like, you didn't do the Cheerio thing
now
where you
look,
pee in the Cheerio.
She told me about this conversation previously, and so I did.
And look, she done heard it, and Mary still ain't.
I know she can't give
an alternative perspective, and the alternative perspective was, you know how sometimes you washing your hands in the sink in the bathroom,
How big was the
You don't
stain? Because
know.
I see where she trying to go with that.
Like the
'Cause we not
stain
going
was like
Was it he washed his
Was it a
hands?
little sprinkle?
it wasn't a sprinkle, because a sprinkle it would just be a dabble, like a sprinkle. This was like in the very spot.
So you think
that
he might
his-
have put it in without shaking it off first?
So either he didn't shake it off, or he waited too late to get up to go to the bathroom, and by the time he got it out of his pants, he kind of. So to me, I was turned off instantly. I was
would've been
turned
too,
off.
little
Yeah.
pea pot self.
And I was like, now everybody in this restaurant has seen you walk back to my table,
And they
with
gonna
that
see me
pee
with the little pee bag.
in the front of your sweats. And he was just like, oh,
His
you
nickname, Lil Pissy. But wait, the set ladies. I need people to tune in
So
now.
was
because
I
want y'all to
overreacting?
say- No.
and being too judgmental, because he did open my door. He did, he's always been attentive. He called me every day. He texted me every day. Was I overreacting, or was I within reason?
No, this is part of the issue we have with a lot of people is that men feel like we only want money, but truth is they don't have enough money to actually take us out. We saw the conversation about what's better, Applebee's, Cheddar's, whatever. Well,
Right.
if you eating off my plate, it probably don't matter where we go eat at. We can go to Applebee's, Cheddar's, and that too, and you still gonna eat off my plate. Do you have the money and the finances to take me anywhere before you even determine where I can eat?
That's the point.
Like, I need you to have the money. And when I say I need you to have the money, when I go sit down and eat, I'm not going to go out there and be like, oh, I want steak, potatoes, and this. But I might want to have a drink or two to help me loosen up. And I don't need to be sitting there on ad. Oh, gosh, you just made me remember something. Good Lord. I hate the dating topic. But I don't want to feel like I'm on edge because I don't know if you can pay for it or not. Now, what I thought about is I once went on a date with a guy, and I remember he made the joke. We were at Pluckers. And he made the
I
joke,
love Pluckers.
what if my card don't go through? Well, damn it, guess what happened when it was time?
It didn't go through. He already knew.
Baby, you're talking about somebody who was so embarrassed. I was like, oh, my God.
What did you do?
I ain't gonna lie, I paid that ticket. We got to go drop me off at home because what else is there
You
to
had
do?
to pay it. What are you gonna do?
And Pluckers, like, when I go to places, a lot of times on that first date, I may take you somewhere I'm a regular at because I've probably become cool with the bartenders and I feel a little bit safer meeting somebody here. And so I'm sure not about to make you miss up my little spot, my little hangout spot, because now they're going to be looking at me crazy because you
Right.
broke.
Well, I know I
Baby.
ended the date early,
I would have too.
and
when
he
said
was
bye.
like, I was hoping that we could have went and listened to live music. And then my mom, like, you just pee-peed on yourself. And
Y'all going to go here.
you
Elmo
ate
and
off
Friends.
my plate. And then we going downtown Arlington to listen to some live music.
Uh-huh.
No,
You was going to hear
pee-peed.
Sesame Street, baby, because he's still a baby.
No, I ended it and I went my way. He continued to pursue me, but I ended up, and I did the right thing because typically I just ghost you and not say nothing. But I told him, this is not going to work for me. And he wanted to know why, but I didn't feel obligated to tell him why. With that being said,
I'm trying not to laugh.
was I wrong?
No. We should have, as women, we should have standards, and we should not be willing to lower our standards. I will say there are two different type of women out here. There's our age group who we know how to go on a decent date, but we expect you to pay for the date. And then it's this new generation. who
I'm not
can't-
paying.
Right. And then it's this new generation who can't afford to go on dates as women. And so they just go for food or whatever else. So what we're having is an issue and a mashup of two different types of people. We have men going after the wrong women because now y'all want these younger women. Well, these younger women, they got higher standards that don't make sense. They want to go to Ruth Chris on the first date. They only going to take 2 bites, and you better pay for that. They Uber, they clothes, they hair, they daycare for all 5 of their kids and everything else. Whereas we have standards, but they're standards that make sense. And unfortunately, men, because they are so blinded by the younger generation, they still don't even see what we have to offer. Which I
Yeah.
think brings up another question.
That's
It's
another
the
question.
age. That's that age. Like, are we in that middle
Should
age
we date?
where
Is it okay to date younger versus older? Or
I
older
am not
men?
dating nobody younger than me. I am not. Paw Paw, bring your cute self here, Paw Paw.
But
Pause.
are older men moving in the
Pause.
way that they
Girl,
should
right,
be
Paul.
moving?
Look,
but
no.
older men are not moving the way they
No,
should be
I'm
moving.
just
no
gonna
age.
tell you-
It's no age.
I'm just gonna tell you
Oh
the truth.
boy.
My thing is,
MJ, you like a YN?
all I'm gonna say is don't knock it till you try.
I can't do it.
I'm just
You know
wondering
what though?
about
I once dated someone back when I was getting ready to go to Louisiana. I did date someone. He was younger than me, about 10 years. Had his stuff together.
Yeah.
But he just did one wrong thing, and I'm not gonna lie, it just made me say no. And I'm not gonna lie, he was probably the best one that I probably should have stayed with.
Yeah.
But his age just threw me off. And he had already said he wasn't even trying to be settled down to 30. I'm going to be 40 next year. He'll be 30 next year. Bruh, well, it ain't going to work.
It's
I wasn't
not.
going to wait all those years on you
Right.
to finally decide you wanted to be settled down.
Right.
So I just stick with my pawpaws. You know, sometimes you bypass.
Because oftentimes when you
parent
date an
grandparent.
older person, they're not focused on, we get those 10 questions. What's your favorite color?
Oh, God.
If I tell one more person in my car, look, let me tell I've been quiet. Let me just say that. I need to, can I go back just a pinch of taste? I just need to go back a
Mary
pinch of
said she
taste.
tired of being good.
So
tired of
I
hearing
don't know
those
why y'all
questions.
expect that I'm not gonna be I'm gonna be cool. You know,
Yeah.
but we tell it like it is here. So let me tell you how it is. If I got to deal with the same foolishness from Granddaddy that I got to deal with from Jaquan, but Granddaddy got some equipment that's been out of service or on the lease for a while,
Yes.
and Jaquan,
His service, he's up to date. He's
my
tuned
God.
up.
Today.
My God, today, I'm just saying.
let me
if
be
you-
real.
But if you put me in a position where, and I got to deal with the same foolishness, cause see, Pawpaw is set in his ways. Pawpaw don't want you to touch his stuff a certain kind of way. Pawpaw want to put a curfew on you. Pawpaw want to go to bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock. He ain't going to no concert. He ain't going to no movies. He ain't going on no trips.
But Pawpaw got that Tricare for life.
But
And it really
Baby.
determined what kind of pawpaw you got. Cause listen,
Baby.
I like them older, and baby, I ain't had no disappointment
Yeah.
yet.
I'm gonna tell you at this age.
Listen, these pawpaws.
Yes. I'm gonna tell you, Michelle will tell you at this age, a man that got Tri-West, he can talk to me any day
Or
of the
Tricare
week.
for
I don't
life.
care
Oh,
if
cause
he
that's
got-
military. I ain't,
Baby,
hold on. Now, if you was
if-
a military, no, I got a boyfriend. Never mind.
Yes, if he got one tooth,
JK.
he can come talk to me.
Oh, it's true.
As long as he got Tricare, Tri-West. My
Oh,
God,
it's
today
true.
you just need somebody to show you how to take advantage of your benefits. All right.
That's for real. Because times are different. Times have changed. And, I'm very selective because I'm dating for purpose. I'm not dating you just because you done sent me a reel that say how you feel about me. Or you might have popped in and out and sent me a text. Those things don't move me.
Right.
Like
What?
the good morning, beautiful text.
I done heard
Or
that
the
so
grand
much.
rising. Grand
That don't mean nothing.
Grand
to me. Guess
rising,
what?
like what?
I'm like, okay, let me go be a buttery biscuit.
I
then.
set my
Right.
alarm. I
Right.
set my alarm in
How
the
about you
morning.
plan something
Yeah.
and invite me?
Invite me, yeah.
How about you do something that's different than what we have been accustomed to, that we may open up and want something with you. You have to bring something to attract me.
That's true.
And just because you think you handsome, that's not enough to attract me.
Say it again.
My men are lazy.
And older men, you right, Elaine. Older men she said in the comments, older men is a hit or miss. Fact.
That could be true.
That is a fact.
Older men is a hit or miss.
Yes, they are a
Absolutely.
hit or miss. You just kind of have to determine their vibe, their motive, what they're moving in. If they don't ask you like what you be doing on the weekend, or what restaurant you like, what are you doing? When they ask me those things, I don't respond to it, and they'll say, well, so what kind of date do you want to go on? And what I say is, I want you to plan it so I see how you look at me, so I see how you view me. So you plan something, and then I'll start telling you what I like.
But see, my thing is, if we've been talking, if it's done correctly, if we've been talking for a little bit, you've already should have learned a little bit about me that you can plan a date. But see, some men will talk to you only they want you to think they're listening. But really, I'm just sitting here playing the part to get what I'm really trying to get.
Yes.
And so then it's like you have to backtrack, and now I have to tell you what I like, and now I have to tell you this. Those conversations do get old, because how hard is it just to have a conversation and let it flow?
Because they don't know how to communicate. And I was looking the other day, I'm going to jump to something else. It's been really hard being on social media recently, because every time you kind of turn on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, there's a woman dying.
Yeah.
There's a woman's life being compromised. Why do men feel so powerless that they feel that they have to take a woman's life?
They don't have emotional control. People laugh at me because I tell people, no matter where I go, if a man asks for my number, I give it to him. Because I can give you my number and block you in a heartbeat. That don't mean I'm interested. That don't mean anything. But how many times have we seen a man approach a woman, and when she says no,
he attacks her?
He attacks her.
They've been hit with bricks. They've been killed.
Yes.
They can't handle rejection. So to me, it's important to make sure I get out of there. Yeah, I can give you my number. You might call it right there. Yeah, at work right now. Oh, but baby, the minute you start seeing me trot off, I'm hitting that block list. All I needed to do was get out of here. And unfortunately, it's a possession issue. I had an ex that I dealt with, and I spoke about it last week a little bit. That was for 10 years, and one thing he always said is, I feel like I have possession over you. Well, you can't possess me. I'm a whole human by myself, and you don't own me, nor what I'm doing. And really, you don't even have a right or a say-so to what I do until you put a ring on it. Even then, you still don't possess me.
But in that moment, I'm going to believe you. I'm going to believe that you see me as a possession. So that's my first red flag. Like, listen, we used to just think men are not capable of things and accept whatever they have to say. But you have to believe them now more than ever, because they're telling you something that will come to pass. A woman lost her life a couple of weeks ago. I was telling her she had been married to this man over 25 years. 25. How do you murder your wife and yourself in front of your children if you didn't show me something prior to? We don't move when it's a flag that's brought up. We don't think that they would do that to us. We don't believe that they would harm us until it's too late. So we can't go off of what men, oh, you're my possession, and you're like, oh, he just talking. I ain't no possession, or I'm not your possession, and we still entertain them. At what point do we stop entertaining?
And see, that is beautiful. Because when you say, why do we move different? Well, there go the main reason right there. Because we see what it's like to not make it out. Now, because I was in a situation to where I was in a domestic violence relationship, my mindset is different now. I used to be okay, and it was because of my mindset then was even wrong. But I was okay, I guess, dealing with the emotional, the mental, the verbal, and the physical. However, after a while, I had to say that that's not what I want. I don't want to feel that. So when I move now, it's a little bit more, and I hate to say it, it comes off a little bit more toxic. But because before you get me to that place, ask somebody. I have telling people, I fight men. But I had to learn to, because I had one who was beating my tail on a consistent basis. So now, before you even get me there, I'm going to tell you, oh, I fight men. And then you will see me continue to rise. And I may be getting ready to lose. But I got to move different, because that's how he treated me. And what I'm not going to do is let you get me in that same boat. Because I have told myself that I'm going to heal myself. And this was my part of healing, of feeling like I have that strength.
That's right.
And then not allowing myself, because at the end of the day, I've been told, put this gun in your mouth. So before you ever get there,
Yeah.
okay, we gonna fight, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna need you to understand that we gonna fight, and if we die, we gonna die. And they need to know that, hey, she did whatever she had to, and then when my brothers come from there, that's what happens after.
Right.
But women have to move because we have these tragedies. We have men who continue to cheat, men who lie, men who don't want to tell you they're married, and so forth. So we have to move like detectives. I'm that friend. You send me a name. I have had my friend leave a guy because she was talking to somebody, and I was like, hey, he done hit somebody with a car and killed them. She said, but how you know, girl? You gave me his name, and I went on that search.
That's right.
And
That's right.
You said,
I do that. I do that too.
I was like, I went on that search, and she was still talking in the middle of it, and I was like, literally, you could talk to me. I'm listening to you, but baby, the minute you gave me that name, I stopped right there.
And I'm not even going to
instantly wanted to
question
say
them.
everything.
I'm not even going to ask, hey, did you hit somebody? And I'm not even going to ask because that's
You knew
enough.
you did it. Why you didn't tell
That's
me?
enough.
Yeah.
And I'm no different than that other person. I'm not special. I'm not more important. You have to have discernment. And when things feel wrong, believe it.
They're
Yeah.
wrong.
They are wrong. 90% of the time, they are wrong. Don't wait until it's too late and be like, man, I wish I would have listened. And I can really vouch for that. But that's a whole different subject
Yeah.
for me.
Now, I'm going to tell you, when I married my husband, and we married fast. But when we were in that courtship dating type era, and I went back to North Carolina with him and met his family, everybody was so excited and happy for Darren. We're so glad, Darren found you, and you're amazing. You're all these wonderful things. And the wedding day came, and the wedding day passed, and we're sitting up having the family conversations and the coffee and spades, and now y'all want to tell me how this gentleman,
How he really is.
now y'all want to tell me, well, he used to whoop that other woman. Well, y'all didn't think to tell me that before the wedding, and so I started hearing all these things about this amazing, wonderful, sweet man, that seemed to worship the ground I walked on, and y'all telling me all these different stories about how he whooping on folks. So he didn't tell me either. So I decided to cook for him one night. So I cooked for him, and I said, "Now we need to have a conversation." And the conversation pretty much went out. Now you didn't tell me that you like to whoop on folk. I understand that we all have a past, and I understand that this might have been where you were, in your life. I hope that you learned from those experiences. I hope that you have made peace with, whoever you need to make peace with. But now let's get an understanding.
You ain't putting your hands on
I
me?
just told him, I said, I just need to be honest with you and just let you know I ain't taking no ass whoopings.
I know that's right.
That's not what we doing over here. I just told him, we're not taking no ass whoopings. I said, I just want you to understand that if you should so decide, that you want to try this out, and see how that work out for you, you gonna walk away from this conversation or that argument and want to. I know you gonna win. I know that you unequivocally
But it does not matter to us at
will
that moment.
win.
Not
you
at all.
gonna remember this fight every time you look in
That's
the mirror,
right.
or every time you take a step. And I meant that. You know what I'm saying? And so we had a very good period in our marriage, but then he relapsed and he turned back to the lifestyle that he had prior to, which included drugs. And now you want to fight. Now you want to clown. And I remember the first time I reminded him. I said, and his hand was around my throat. He was choking me, and I could barely get a breath out. But I told him, I said, now Darren, you remember our conversation? I told him.
Y'all need to see me.
I was trying not to laugh.
I was barely breathing. But I told him, I
It
said
ain't funny.
loud
It
enough.
ain't funny.
It ain't funny, baby. Y'all got to see Mary. She said I was going to get it out.
But I got it out. I said, you remember what we talked about?
I know that's right.
And I just asked, I said, you sure you want to do this? Are you sure that this is what you want to do?
Darn.
Baby. Baby.
When Darn turned loose.
Baby. When I tell you, we stuck it out for a little while after that. But when I tell you, every day he walked that, he remembered that fight. He remembered
Oh,
that
no,
fight.
that's
He
right.
to this day, I promise you, he remembered. Every time he take a step, he.
See, my thing is, I've learned. For one, my issue is I watch a lot of Fatal Attraction,
Oh,
Girl, Dateline.
yes,
and I tell myself every day I just can't be like them. So I'm one of them people that now I'm gonna hit you where it hurt.
yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna tell one story just in case my ex-husband watching. He want. That's a fight I won't have. I ain't gonna say what I did to him because I knew how to hit him too. But there was one guy I dated, the same guy who used to cause issues, and when he used to fight me. I told him one day, I was like, I know how I'm gonna get you. And he used to be into Jordans. I mean, shoes stacked.
Oh,
You burned all them
Lord.
tennis shoes.
No,
she
I said
didn't.
I will
Did she
bend
take
your
all the
shoes in the
shoestrings
middle.
out?
I was
Oh.
gonna bend the front. You know how men
You-
are.
They don't like
About
And I
the
said
tennis
I
shoe.
will bend your shoes. I will cut the armpit and the crotches so that you don't have anywhere to go to work. So what he would do is when he would mess with me, I would let him get it out, and when he would go to sleep, I would go jiggle the door, and he would be like this up. He couldn't sleep. Oh, because baby, I'm gonna play with you. I'm not gonna hurt you. You want to keep hurt me? I'm gonna hurt you in your finances.
And
I was
I'ma
with
tell
someone
you,
and walked away from a marriage, and he had a nice little debt because,
Yeah.
baby, them niggas that you kept calling me as a white man, I was tired of that, and you gonna feel these finances.
yeah,
Like, I'm going to hit you where it hurts. Your money is something you never want to pay.
Yeah.
But if you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you where it hurts. You're hurting my emotions. You're hurting me. You don't like to lose your money. These are men, dealt with men who had good credit, good stuff. Let me show you what it looks like
Hit
when
you
I
where
can
it
come.
hurt.
Yes.
But you know what? I will say one thing. You know, we're kind of laughing and being comical about our defense mechanism and, you know, how we defended ourselves, or so we thought. And in those type of situations, in that time, in that period, you could not have told me I was a victim of domestic violence.
You were.
And you could not tell me that because I was like, nah, I ain't, you know, like I just said, I ain't taking no butt whoopings. I'm going to give it back to him. We going round for round. You know. So in my mind, somehow, in some way, I made the decision to say, oh, this is not domestic violence because I'm fighting back. You know, but at the end of the day, it was domestic violence.
All of it.
All of it. And it was a vicious cycle, you know, because I'm whooping on you, you whooping on me. We going to whoop
It's
on each other.
domestic violence.
It's just domestic violence, and it was toxic. It was a toxic relationship. You know, it was just completely toxic. And so sometimes, but when we would go out, we were still everybody's favorite couple. You know,
'Cause people
around
ain't seeing
certain
behind them
people
closed
because
doors.
people weren't seeing behind closed
yeah.
doors. They were seeing how, wow, you know, Mary got married. You know, she married this guy, and now they started their own business, and they just got a house, and the daughter is doing well, and they're taking and so this is what social media afforded me the opportunity to present, you know, my situation as, when it was something totally different behind. So
Yeah,
like
because
when,
we
yeah.
portray one thing
And we
because
live
we
another.
only allow people to see what we want them to see. And everybody that has been in a domestic situation, that is how they got through it. If I pretend he'll be okay, or he won't be mad, or he ain't gonna do
Right.
this, or he ain't gonna make me feel this way if I pretend and go along with it. But then when the lights go off and the door closes, reality sets in, and we have allowed men to change us, to create the person that they want us to be. So we have to take control, and I'm not fit to go into that because I'm gonna drive this big old truck all the way into domestic violence. But that's not what this is about. But
We're definitely going to come back to that.
we're gonna come back to that.
Yeah.
But my question to you is: do you feel that online dating apps are wrong? How do you feel women are able to meet men? Because men today are intimidated approaching you in public.
Dating apps are not bad. I don't do dating apps because I get bored real fast, and I ain't got time to keep scrolling left and waiting on you to come talk to me. I ain't got time for that. I am very into the old fashioned come meet me, introduce yourself, and talk to me that way. However, if I could focus enough, I might actually do some online dating. I don't see anything wrong with it because it allows people who are kind of shy and sheltered to get themselves out there for people they wouldn't usually come across. But if I had to recommend anything, I ain't gonna lie, y'all didn't like Kevin Samuels, but I'm gonna go back on this one. He used to say, go somewhere and sit at the bar and read a book. He wasn't lying.
Yeah.
Baby, I go out now. People see me out now because of the simple fact that I'm in a relationship. Not only am I in a relationship, I'm in a relationship with a DJ. So I'm outside a lot, yes. But when I'm single and I'm trying to get into a relationship, I'm not a fan of online dating, but I will go out by myself. My friends will feel like I may have cut them off a little more, and I haven't cut you off. But if I'm looking for a man or waiting for a man to come get me, I cannot have you crowd my space. Because I ain't here to have him look at you. I'm here to get somebody. So then I become a little bit more. My singleness be single. Like
Single.
Baby, I'm single.
Single.
We used to love to go to the Henry. Some of them nice restaurants that you can go sit at the bar and just have somebody come talk to you, buy you dinner and something like that. And you get that feel.
Right.
Now, don't get it twisted. Yeah, I be outside now, but that's because I got a whole man and he be outside with me.
Okay.
Hey, let's party together.
How you doing?
Ain't shouting them out. Hey. I hate me for that. I do love you though,
That was
baby.
good.
I do love
MJ,
you.
what's your take on dating online, Facebook dating, dating apps, or do you prefer the old-fashioned way?
If Mutombo reach out to me one more time.
I can't stand you. MJ, why do we let you even? We gonna shush you.
Again.
I'm just playing.
Again.
Whatever you do, never give in to him. You gonna be
Again.
paying $20K. For a man you ain't seen and ain't gonna ever
Ain't
see.
gonna
Ain't
ever
gonna
see.
ever
He don't even exist.
I done learned to recognize him now.
Yeah.
Hello, my beautiful queen.
My Nubian queen.
My Nubian
The
queen.
best
You
thing
are
you
so
can-
gorgeous. Oh my God, you're so
Wait, not okay, get off of here, Uncle Kendrick. One person you're in a relationship with, not unapproved. See, that's why I don't shout. Listen, I will probably never shout my relationship out. Reason being,
No.
Yeah.
baby, I got family
Yeah.
that be watching when you think they ain't watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's that? I thought I saw her.
He came to church, hallelujah.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
about the best y'all gonna see.
Yeah.
And Lord, tell the truth, he was too close to the church. I almost got rejected. Can't do it. Let me stop. Let me stop.
But now I will say this. So you asked about online dating. I have had my fair share of rounds with online dating. And I have had some good experiences, some bad experiences. I've had some, what in the world is this kind of experiences? I will say this. I think my worst experience as a seasoned woman with online dating is, a gentleman reached out to me. I mean, girl, he was fine too. He was fine. The pictures was fine. I was like,
It
oh
wasn't
my
even his
God,
pictures.
bless the Lord today. You was
And that's
But
why I'm
no,
a
it was
to
him.
it.
It was him. We get on the phone, and then, we having a conversation, and he proceeded to say, yeah, back in the day, I was something else, so on and so forth. But God have a way of slowing you down.
Oh, that means he went from
I
cute to
said,
ugly. Them some old pictures, baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
I said, you
no.
gonna talk to me? I said, that's the first thing I said. How old is these pictures? They not too long ago, about a year
That'd
and
be
a half
my
ago.
friend. You're not
But
supposed to
one
catfish
day-
me when I'm
No,
here in
this
real
the
life.
thing.
Hit that
I ain't even
face-to-face
catfishing
button.
you now.
Look,
They
that
not
was
know
cute in real life.
He ain't catfish.
They'll
But
FaceTime
that's
you.
where he went. He wanted to tell. He was willing to do all that. But this is the thing. He said, one day I woke up and I just couldn't hardly breathe. And the next thing I know, I was in the hospital with congestive heart failure. And now I'm back to walking about 20 minutes by myself. And I'm just convinced that the Lord is going to send somebody for me to spend my final days with. And I'm going to have somebody that's going to be on my team and help me and look out for me. It will not.
That needs to be our next
It will
conversation.
not be
Why
me.
do men come around when everything don't work?
When everything, now you
Because
need
they
to
lonely. Because they
Yeah.
lonely.
But I
And
don't
now
want
you
you and
need
your
a
broke
bed
Willie.
nurse.
'Cause
What
I'm
I would do
not-
with you?
I'm
I don't
not-
want you.
yeah.
I don't want broke Willie. I
Right.
don't want none of
Nah.
that.
Broke Willie better happen when we together for about 15,
Yeah.
10 years.
Now you need a bed nurse.
No.
Now
And I
you
can't
need
do it
somebody
because
that
I'm gonna
nobody's
definitely do
nerves.
you like the girl
Yeah.
from Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and I ain't even listening.
I will sit you right by the window.
My bad, bro. You fell. Okay. But that's what happens. It's like men are out there and they want to party until they finally hit, as I like to call it, erectile dysfunction. Like
They want to live their best life until they don't have a best life that they live in, and now they want to come for you with all this sincerity and being real. Now, even with the try care for life, like we said we wanted someone with, I still wouldn't do it.
Because, baby, I don't want you at your worst when I'm in my prime, because I'm going to accidentally cheat on purpose.
And they would be okay with that, I feel.
They would. But
I
I have no choice because you came with something that
when
didn't
you're
work.
desperate, you accept anything. And we as women, we don't have to be desperate. We can pick and choose what we want. We can be alone. You know, I found that it was nice to be alone for a period of time. It was nice to go and not have to be responsible for somebody or having to wash their clothes and cook for them. I don't like to cook. I don't want to have to cook for you. It's been nice, but at the end of the day, I still want someone that I can depend on, that I can share my life with, that I can, you know, give them the massage, the back rub to help them talk about things, just to be that person. I oftentimes, and I want to ask y'all this real quick. I oftentimes hear women say and men say, we're going to go half and half, and you're going to pay half of the bills, and I'm going to pay half of the bills. And how do you feel about that? I'm not going to pay half of the bills. Now, I will pay bills, but I'm not going to pay half of the mortgage, half of the groceries, I'm not going to do that, because I want a man who is solid enough to provide. If you can't provide, we can't date.
I don't know if my pastor's
Go
watching
ahead.
this.
And pastors,
Well, I'm
go ahead. Keep it real.
I'm not a 50-50 person. What I would say is I want you to do your manly job until you can't. And when you can't, I'll always be able to cover you.
Boom.
That's exactly how I feel.
Valid.
I will always, if you're in the position, I can't stand me.
But he should have something coming in that's going.
No, hold on, and let's
Stay
go
that
there.
way.
As if you lose your job, I have a respect for a man who will go out, mow some yards, clean some places until he finds something else. And I will make sure we're okay knowing that you're putting in that effort to become better. But I understand life and how it goes. I think the biggest eye-opener for me was in 2020 when I lost my job due to the pandemic. And I was I went from self-sufficient to having nothing. I had flight benefits. I was flying everywhere. Y'all can't tell things changed for me because there you go,
Okay.
baby. But I had to change my lifestyle. And I had to really look at that and be honest. I want a man who will come in and be able to be there for me during that time. And if he was ever in the same position, because it can happen at any moment, 17,000 people from Spirit Airlines just lost their job. That's men included.
Yes.
I pray to God they have a woman in their life who's willing to step up and say, until you get something else, I'm here. Because you can never predict what's going to happen. And we're not in a world to where you can say, hey, we got to live like the old days. We got a president who has determined our voice doesn't matter. We don't have the resources we used to have. We're not going to have the resources until we create them ourselves. And things are going to continue to happen. I'm all for it when it's able to happen. But if any of us fall, we better be able to do it.
All right, I'm going to say mine real quick, and then we got to wrap it up.
I'm sorry.
I will say this. I pay every bill in my house right now. Ain't nobody's name on nothing but mine. I pay it. If I got to struggle to pay it, I pay it. When it's easy to pay, I pay it. I pay it. It say Mary Harper. Mary Harper got the key. I pay every bill in there. And what the benefits of doing that is when I come home, I got peace. You know, I wash my clothes. My daughter's 20 now. I don't wash her clothes. I eat frozen dinners. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
And boiled eggs and bacon, and I'm content. I don't
That's
have
right.
to do none of that. I don't have to wash nobody's clothes. I don't have to call and tell nobody where I am when I got there, when I'm leaving. I don't have to do none of that. If I don't feel like being bothered with being intimate, I don't have to be intimate. If I want to watch my show on the TV and I hit the pause button while I run to the store, when I come back, guess what? It's in the same spot. You know, I can do all of that and pay every bill in my house. And if you ask me to give up 50% of my peace
Not gonna happen.
50% of my time
Not gonna happen.
for a 50% discount on the bills. I'm good, partner.
Exactly.
I'm good. I'm good. I got this. I done had this all this time. I'm gonna be all right. But now I'll be honest. You know, I like a man that smells good. I like a man that's tall, dark, handsome, and good looking. And I love him when he bald. You know, if the
Not
dog-
bald.
Ooh,
the
girl.
dog from
Why do y'all
Jesus.
like bald
Mount
men?
Zion.
Baby,
Oh,
that's a
God.
whole nother episode.
Mount
But
Zion.
that's
Baby,
what I like.
you better have some
Yes.
hair on you. You bald headed joker. You better have some hair.
But
on you.
honey, it's baby.
Right here.
But as much as that's what I like,
Right
if
here.
I'm at the point, if I got, because I done met some good looking men that was crazy as a road lizard, and that's a whole nother conversation. You know what I'm saying? But look, it's been a great conversation.
We could talk
Michelle,
about this forever.
We gonna finish
can-
next
we
week.
are going to continue this some more. Next week, Delashonda is gonna kind of bring us back into the part 2 of this conversation, and we're gonna be talking about dating dilemmas, relationships,
Situationships and everything.
entanglements, and
Relationships.
everything in between. So look, we want you guys to tune in. Look, we're hosting a Kidpreneur on June the 16th through my nonprofit organization, Pay It Forward Projects. We'll be sharing some more information with you about that on our YouTube page, as well as on our Facebook page, Instagram, so on and so forth. We want you guys to know what we're doing in the community, as well as when we get together here. We want to tell you to tune in next week for Dating Dilemmas. Yeah, we hope you are enjoying it. Look, tell somebody to join us online. Talk to us in the comments so we can give some feedback. We're reading, we're following along, and we want you to be a part of the conversation. So thanks for tuning in to Sister to Sister Coffee and Conversations.
Thank
See
you.
you
and
next
good
week.
night.
See you next week.
We are living.